Hey there, happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for making the time to catch this week's replay. I'm so excited to talk about this, although it probably again will make some people uncomfortable. What I'm chatting about today is whether you are drowning in the sea of sameness. I'm sure that everywhere you look, you see other people who say they do what you do, right? Well, the challenge is you need to stand out and be set apart from all of them. And look, there's nothing wrong with competition. In fact, competition is a good thing. It means there's a market for what you do. But you need to be sure that you are not drowning in that sea of sameness. Hey, Linda, so good to see you. I'm actually really excited to see the comments because I was testing that out earlier this morning and I thought that was still broken. So yay! Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me live. For those of you who don't know me or don't know me well, my name is Carrie Price. I'm a brand messaging coach, helping ambitious service-based business owners find and own the words to stand out, be heard, and make your message roar. Hey, Susan. Hey, Chris. So great to see you. Thank you guys for joining me live. Today, we are talking about avoiding the sea of sameness. So let's just talk about what that means. Okay, so you're probably out there introducing yourself, putting out content, and using language that feels like it's relatable to your ideal client, right? Very easy to understand, very straightforward, and that's good. You guys know that making your message roar means that you have a message that is relatable to your ideal client. It's talking about the things that they care about, right? So that's the first R. But here's what might be happening to some of you is you sound like and maybe even look like everybody else. I see this all the time, whether it's people joining my group and introducing themselves. And I don't feel bad if you do this. Messaging takes work, but I see people introducing themselves in my group, or as I'm encountering people in other Facebook groups, or I'm meeting people at networking events or having virtual coffee chats, whatever the case might be. I see people introducing themselves and yeah, their language is really straightforward and understandable. But like literally, it sounds like everyone else I've met who does the similar thing, right? So the problem is, while in that moment, I might know, yep, I get what you do. I don't remember you, right? There's nothing. Hey, Sandy, so good to see you. Thanks for joining me. It's like, I get it. I totally know what you do. But if you aren't specifically being remembered, when people are ready to have a problem solved that you can solve for them, are they just going to go to like the next person they happen to come across that does the same thing you do? Or are they going to remember you and why you? Hey, Kamal, thanks so much for joining me live. So when you're out there putting your message out there, you're introducing yourself, you're putting out content, starts at your introduction, but it is everything that you're doing. You need to rock the boat a little bit, right? You need to make sure that whatever you're putting out there does not sound like everybody else. So what can you do to rock the boat and really get noticed? And, rock the boat, it's my whole metaphor, right, of being in this sea of sameness. Everybody's the same. Nobody stands out, right? Don't be afraid to rock the boat. Don't be afraid to stand for what you believe in, to own who it is that you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. Don't be afraid to put that out there. Yeah, that rocks the boat. Maybe not everyone's going to love you. You know what? That's a good thing. You want your dreamiest clients to be attracted to you, and you want everybody else to move along. Because here's the thing. If you're worried about that, if you're worried about like, I'm not quite ready to say it's okay for people to move along, then you're just not attracting the right people, and you'll attract people you actually don't want to work with. You will attract clients that don't get it, don't appreciate or value you, don't take advantage of doing the work. Like, I don't know about you. I don't want people investing in my program and getting coaching from me just to have it sit there on the shelf. I want people who want to improve their message, who want to show up in the market and know they need that to elevate their business, to evolve, no matter what level of business you're at. Starting out 5 years in, 10 years in, your message needs to evolve as you move up and you up level in your business, right? I want the people that know they need to do that and who will do the work. I'm totally there for you. I will be there every step of the way for you. But I don't want you just to buy my program and let that sit on the shelf, right? So I want to make sure I'm talking to people who are ambitious, who know this is important to their business, who's not afraid to do the work, knowing I'm going to be right there for them, right? So be willing to rock the boat. Be willing to say like, yeah, you know what? Here's who I want to work with. And by the way, that means that if you're not those things, you're not ready to work with me, and that's okay. But either find someone else who can help you or get ready, right? Linda says, yeah, rock the boat. I love it. Linda, you are so confident in what you do, and I love it. Linda says, I don't mind people not liking me. That only means that they are not my tribe. Yes. Why not focus on attracting now I have to find my thing to turn that off. There we go. Why not focus on attracting the people that you're going to love working with every single day, that you're going to love supporting, and you're going to give 100% of you so that they get 100%, 1,000% of the results that they deserve. And if they are not the right people, let them move along, right? So don't be afraid to rock the boat. Diverting a little bit off the path of what I wanted, but I feel so strongly about that it's okay if not everybody is going to work with you, right? You want to find the clients that you connect with, just like they want to find the coach, mentor, teacher, service provider, business that they connect with. That's going to make it the most successful relationship. Okay. So here are some things that you can do to rock the boat and get noticed. Now, especially in social media, when you're putting out content, one of the things you can do is to visually stand out, right? I see a lot of posts that they look the same. And again, they aren't distinguishable. I don't remember, like, was that from this person or that person? They all look the same. Now, not everybody can invest in having their visual brand developed and unique. And there's tools like Canva that make it really easy to pick up a template, but a lot of people are doing that, right? But let's assume for a moment you have a visual look, and there are some people I can spot their posts. I know immediately who it's from without reading it, right? There's a visual element to standing out. So even if you have that though, what happens? You get the people's attention. The next thing is they've got to read that content, or they're watching you on video, right? So a visual brand is one way to get noticed, but right behind that, and by the way, your visual brand needs to represent what you're trying to say as well. Ultimately, people are going to read and hear your words, right? So you need to give people something to remember, and that is a strong message, the thing that they're going to hear from you over and over and over again, which makes it reliable. That's the last R in make your message roar. And it needs to be one of a kind, right? Like, don't sound like everybody else. Susan says, I do want my dreamiest clients. I love this. I don't want to work with everyone because I won't be able to help them. That doesn't help me. Yes, Susan, I love it. If you're going to work with anybody, and let's face it, even if you have a business that scales where you have, a group coaching program or whatever it is you do, there are so many people on the planet that you can help. There's billions of people on the planet. Even if every single one of them said they wanted to work with you, you cannot physically help all those people. So why not get really clear on who your dreamiest client is and focus on them? I would rather fill my business with people that are amazing, ambitious. They know they're brilliant at what they do. What they need is help pulling that out of them, getting the words in place, getting the emotion in place, owning their place in the market. Those are the people I want to help. If that's not you, that's okay. I wish you luck, and I hope you find somebody that will help you with whatever you're struggling with. But those are the people that I want to work with. right? Sandy says, I agree. Working with others that don't want to work are draining of you and your energy. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You guys, if you've been in business for any length of time, there are clients you love and you would do anything for them, right? Sometimes you even stretch your own boundaries of availability to them. Because I know I'm like all in with my clients and their businesses, right? And so those clients that you love, you're like, you'll give everything because you want to help them succeed and be successful. And like, because that's why you do the thing you do, right? And then you've probably had those clients where you're like, wow, this is hard. Either they don't get it, they don't do the work. Worse yet, they like buy and don't do anything. And you're like, come on, I want to help you. Don't just buy the thing and not let that benefit your business, right? That kills me when I see that. And you don't want to hound people. Like, it's their own business. They've got to make those choices. But I want the people that want better messaging, that want their marketing to be effective, that know they're brilliant at what they do and are tired of it being harder than it needs to be. That's who I want to help. And I am all in with those people. Other people absolutely drain your energy, like Sandy said. Linda says, bam, why sound like anybody else anyway? Yes. Now, in all fairness, the reason that this happens for a lot of people is because they don't know how to sound different, right? You know you're really great at what you do. You are trying to find a way to explain it in a way that people understand. You're working really hard for that to be relatable. The problem is you don't know how to make it one of a kind, right? You first have to understand your ideal client and what you do for them and how to be relatable, but you have got to find a way to be one of a kind. That's really hard to do on your own. It's hard to work on your own stuff. It's hard for me to work on my own stuff. You need outside perspective and you need help. You need to make sure you're getting that from someone who knows how to help you hash out what you're doing. And it's not like, oh yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, but it sounds great for what? Is it serving a purpose? Is it helping you achieve your goals? Is it speaking to your ideal client in a way they care about? Is it helping to position you as an expert? You need that sort of perspective, right? To really fine tune and own your message. Susan, own it. I love this. I am brilliant at what I do. Yes. And you need to feel confident that you're brilliant at what you do. The question is, does everybody else know that too? Are you communicating in a way that gets them to hear you so they know you're brilliant at what you do, right? So you need to make sure that you give people a message to remember. It's something they're going to hear from you over and over again that helps you show up as a reliable expert. Your message needs to help people go, yes, that's me. Is she in my head? Like, seriously, that's exactly what I'm struggling with. That's what I want. And give them something to hang on to while they'll remember you. Because the first time they encounter you, the 5th time they encounter you, the 10th time they encounter you, they may not be ready for whatever it is that you help them do. But when they're finally ready, when they hear this message from you over and over again, and they're like, you know what? I'm tired of going, yes, that's the problem I have. I'm ready. I want to fix that. You want them to think of you. What is going to help them remember you? Susan says, I agree that you need outside perspective. It's called shoulder checking. You would never drive without side view mirrors or looking over your shoulder. I love that, Susan. That's such a great way to explain that. Yeah, we all need outside perspective. And again, I've talked about this before, but I'll just say it again. My word of warning there is make sure you're getting that outside perspective from a resource that can like legitimately help you with that. I don't talk to my sister about my message or, what I'm trying to say and how I'm trying to market. I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to my girlfriends. I do happen to be married to somebody in the industry. And so I talk to my husband a lot, but he even tells me, he's like, Carrie, he works in an advertising agency. They do more traditional marketing, less social media. So he'll say like, look, I'm also not the right person to give you perspective. So I have coaches and mentors because he doesn't understand the ideal clients that I'm talking to because he speaks to and works with a different client. So you need to make sure that you're getting perspective from someone that knows how to give you perspective and that isn't just going to tell you what you want to hear or what they think you want to hear, that really knows how to help you dig in deep and figure out if it's the right thing or not, right? And you know what? It's funny. So I'm looking at my notes. You guys know I always have notes. I never want to miss anything that I've got queued up to share with you. And I just talked about, I have coaches and mentors myself. We have to do that. We cannot be great at everything, right? I am really good at messaging and helping you find and own your message, the thing that's going to position you in the market. I'm even pretty good at helping you. Okay, I'm very good at helping you take your message and adapting it to your marketing. But I am not an expert in all the various marketing techniques, and I am not an expert in all things business. I know a lot of things about business, but not everything. So I too invest thousands of dollars a year in business coaches and mentors and things like that. And so you may have been doing the same. You may currently or previously worked with a business coach or inside a business program, even a specific marketing technique. I'm in programs like that too. And they will teach you how to market, how to get your message out there. And every single one of them will tell you that your message is important. But almost none of them that I've seen can help you actually develop that. Not their fault. And you really shouldn't expect one person to be able to give you everything, because nobody can be an expert at everything. So most business coaches or inside programs, they're either teaching you a very specific technique. Here's the steps to create a specific marketing funnel or a specific way to launch or a specific way to do a webinar or whatever that is. Or maybe you're in a business program that gives you a lot of breadth, like here's a little bit of everything that you need to know, but they can't go deep on all of those things, right? Not their fault. This is their area of expertise as well, and we should not expect one person to be able to give us everything. So if you are finding that your message isn't clear, isn't standing out, if you're still drowning in that sea of sameness, maybe it's time to finally work on your message. Then you can go plug it back into all of those programs and working with your coaches and actually implement and execute on it. But you need the message first. I'm telling you. I did a live masterclass yesterday, and somebody on the masterclass has previously worked in the branding industry and shared like how important this is. I mean, I did not know she was going to join the masterclass. I didn't even know that was her experience and background. But she talked about, don't wait until you're 5 years into business to invest in this, because you're going to revisit a lot of things and your message will always evolve. This is not a once and done thing, but the sooner you invest in that, the easier everything else gets afterwards. Because that is the foundation upon which all of your marketing is built, all of your content, everything that you want to be known for, all comes from your message. And so you may have probably done some of that work already, right? But if you're not feeling like you're rocking the boat and you're standing out, maybe it's time to think about that, okay? Let me catch up on some comments. So, Sandy says, mentors and influences are key. Yes, we all need them. We all need them, different kinds at different times in our business and in different areas. Susan says, I love this, Carrie. You're right. We need to know what kind of perspective that is needed. Yeah, just like when you're searching out any sort of coach, mentor, teacher, you want to know that you're getting the person that brings the right perspective, right? Susan says, there you go. Roar, dear one, roar. Yeah. I want you all to roar. I want you all to feel confident in your message, that you can go out there and share it every day and know that you are being heard loud and clear. You are being remembered and your ideal clients are flocking to you. That's what I want for all of you. Yes, Sandy, you can be spread thin. Yep, I am. If you guys have heard me talk about anything, you know I am a proponent of focus. Focusing in every aspect of your message, every aspect of your business, especially in those first 2 to 3 years of business. I'd say even up to 5 years. You need to focus and go all in on who you serve, a very specific market with a very specific problem, solving it with your very specific expertise, and all aspects of your business need to stay focused on that. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of work to establish yourself in the market and be remembered as an expert and build that reputation, which, by the way, that's your brand, right? Your brand is your reputation as it's perceived in the mind of the market. That takes time. So go all in and focus. When you spread your message too thin, when you try and do too many things for too many people, your message gets diluted and it doesn't roar. Just saying. Susan says, I agree. I'm finding it so hard to market because there is so much I could say, but at the end, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, in fact, I wish I had the quote pulled up. I won't be able to find it easily, but one of my clients shared with me as she was working through her message, she said something, I'm going to get this totally wrong, but let me try and get the gist for you. I didn't realize how many words there were to try and say what I wanted to say, but that how few words could say so much. And I'll look for that quote and I'll share that. But there are so many things we could say. There are so many ways we could talk about our business. But when you find your core message, you actually need fewer words to say so much more. Susan, I want you to roar too. If you are not feeling like you roar yet, we should chat. I want to make sure that you feel like you've got everything that you need to roar. And I'd love to help you do that if you're not doing it already. So here's what I'd love to know more today. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not already a member of my free group, The Messaging Den, there seems to be a Facebook glitch happening over the last couple days that's not allowing me to approve new members. But come and sign up, come and try to join the group if you're not already a member of The Messaging Den. Just go to themessagingden.com or search for The Messaging Den right here on Facebook. There is a temporary glitch. I've reported it to Facebook. I hope they get that fixed soon. It's just not letting me actually do the accepting of members. But here's what I would love to know. Inside my group, The Messaging Den, I want you to be thinking about what you are doing or what you can be doing to rock the boat. Are you already clear in your message and you have a way of showing up that gets you out of the sea of sameness and rocks the boat and gets people to see you? Or do you feel like you're still drowning there and you don't know where to go from that? So join my group, The Messaging Den, and look for the post with hashtag rock the boat and share with me, what are you doing or what do you want to do to rock the boat, stand out from everybody else, actually be heard and remembered, and make your message roar. If you are not already roaring, it is time. What are you waiting for? The longer you wait with putting out a message that sounds like everybody else, every opportunity that you have, that you're meeting people online, in person, whatever that is, if they're not remembering you, you've missed a potential opportunity because you hope they encounter you again. But every interaction counts. These are brand touch points. Every time someone sees you, every time someone hears you, every time someone sees a post from you, whether that's a blog post, an email, on social media, it doesn't matter. They have got to have something to lock onto, to remember you by. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out on so many potential clients or people that they know because they don't have a message to pass on and share with anybody else, right? Susan says, sign up for this group. Yes, thank you, Susan. I love The Messaging Den. It's such a great community of other ambitious business owners. You guys come, get support, get to know each other. I'm in there every day, but the community and the camaraderie and the support in this group, seriously, I know it's my group, but it is one of my favorite groups on Facebook. Susan says, I feel so spread thin. How do I sign up for more? Okay, Susan, spread thin in terms of like what you're focusing on your business and how do you like make the time to work on your message? Is that what you're asking me? I want to make sure I understand your question. Because if that's it, like I get that. We're all tapped out. We're all doing all the things, right? And the thought of picking up one more thing feels overwhelming. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Susan. I wanted to make sure that was the question you were asking. Here's the thing. All the things that you're doing, if they're not fueled by a message that roars, you're working a whole lot harder than you should be. And the things that you're doing and that you're putting out there aren't getting you the results anyway. So you need to carve out the time to build this foundation. You need to carve out the time to get this right so that everything that you are doing gets more powerful. So here's what that means for people who work with me. So my program is a 3-month program, and there's a reason for that. This takes time. It's a process, but I've outlined it in such a way that it's about 1 to 2 hours a week. Some weeks are going to be more, but honestly, a lot of it's going to cook in your subconscious. But here's the thing. As you start doing it, the stuff that you put out there gets more powerful, right? So you do less of it. And you get a jump start in week 1 of working with me. That is my Impactful Introduction Intensive mini course. So you get an immediate boost in your message. So in 5 days, you get a little bit more clarity. No, I take that back. You get a lot more clarity in your message that you can immediately start using. And then you'll continue to evolve and fine tune that as you build out the rest of your message. And then everything starts to get smoother. Great question, Susan. Will you get traction ASAP? Yes. Week 1, 5 days in, the first 5 days is a mini course to give you a jump start and get more clarity. I want you to get those immediate results. And then it won't be a full 3 months before you wait to see the rest of your message really come together. By about week 6 or 7, I think is when you'll see like the next giant shift. But every week, you are making marginal improvements in your understanding of your message, how you talk to your ideal clients, and you might not like have nailed your final message. And I said this before, messaging is not once and done. It's a constant evolution. So even within the 3 months, you are evolving your message every week, week over week, getting more clear and more clear. So everything you put out there just gets better every week. And again, then you need less of it. Right? So I've had this personal experience, but I'll share with you what happened to one of my clients who she shared with me, shared inside my private Facebook group for the program just a few weeks ago, that she's worked with other business coaches and she's gotten marginal traction in her business. And she completed this program. She actually went through the program last summer and has been using it and keeps evolving it and fine tuning it. And the content that she creates now, one, she says is so much easier to write. She sits down and knocks out these amazing posts that just draw people into her. But she started engaging in a new group. Somebody brand new that never heard from her before saw her content, and in less than 2 weeks went from discovering her to signing as a client. She said it was hands down the easiest sale she's ever made in her business. That's what happens. She feels like her content creation is easier now, and it's totally resonating and attracting the people that want to work with her. Oh, Susan, great question. Can you describe your dreamiest client? Yes. So my dreamiest client is an ambitious service-based business owner. So yes, I've worked with product-based business owners in the past, but the people that I love to work with provide a service. And by the way, if you provide a product, you also provide a service. And if you don't realize that, or let me know, we'll talk more about that. But service-based business owners who know they're amazing at what they do, they're probably investing in coaches and programs because they know they need to learn. They don't know everything. They're excellent at the thing they do, but they know that's not good enough to build a successful business. So they've probably been investing in coaches and programs already, but they are not seeing the results that they see other people have because they're still struggling with how do I say what I do in a way that gets other people to quickly recognize that I'm brilliant at the thing I do, right? You're tired of that. It's making you doubt that you can cut it as a business owner. A lot of people go into business because they're good at a thing, right? I'm really great at doing the thing, Running a business, building a business is an entirely different skill set. And so it's the people that recognize that and are willing to build their business smart. They want to build it strong. They're building it for longevity. It's not a hobby. They clearly know what they do. By the way, so people who are like new in business, not quite sure what they want to do, you're not ready to work with me. My clients tell me they get more clarity in their business, but that's not my brilliance. And I don't love to do that. Like I need you to know you're brilliant at what you do. You need the world to know it too. And that's who I want to work with. So I hope that helps. All right. So if you feel like you're drowning in that sea of sameness, again, don't forget, jump on into the messaging den or just come join us even if you don't want to respond to this prompt. We'd love to have you in there. Look for the post with hashtag rock the boat and let me know, what are you doing to rock the boat to stand out in your sea of sameness? Or if you don't feel like you are, tell me what you want to be. Sandy, doubt can be your biggest struggle. Yep. Doubt is huge. I don't specifically address mindset. We all know, though, that mindset plays a big part in a successful business, right? A lot of that comes from confidence. Having a strong message gives you confidence. Ask any of my clients. Having a clear message helps them show up in a bigger, better, more confident way. Susan, I'm so glad that helped. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I will be back again next week. Oh, I forgot to look up. I already got the topic planned. I forgot to look up what it was so I could tell you. I'm going to start doing that from now on if that helps. But if you would like to get notified of my topics every week to know if you want to join me every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, you can go to carrieprice.com/notify me and sign up to get notified directly in Facebook Messenger of my topic every week and a link right to the live or to catch the replay so you can decide if it's worth the time for you. In the meantime, do not settle for drowning in the sea of sameness and sounding like everybody else. Have the confidence to find and own your place in the market. Make your message roar. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.